5. That's it. 5 rules. If you follow these 5 rules, I guarantee you will be much more happier while you're dating. You'll be happier that you're safe while you're dating. And then you can date multiple people at once because you have these 5 steps rules going for you. So keep watching and we're going to go over all 5 of these steps. Number 1 rule. Number 1, and this is the most important rule. You got to follow this rule. Number 1 is, even if you're on a dating app or you meet a guy along your way to school or work, when he asks you out on a date, you say, yes, I will go, but I will pick the spot. If you would just stay in control, ladies, and you pick your dating spots, a lot of your headaches will be done. A lot of the bullshit will be eliminated. If when the guy pursues you, he says, can I take you out? And you say yes. And he says, well, he probably says, well, where you would like to go. Some ladies, the pretenders, the ladies will be like, well, you pick. Those are pretender ladies. Because you're trying to see if he's gonna treat you well on this first date. To eliminate all that headache and to just boot out the unnecessary dates that you don't want, just you pick the place where you're gonna eat. Therefore, if you pick the place, you know the environment, you know how safe it is, you know how close it is to your home and how long it's gonna take for you to get there, and you know what the income level for that restaurant is. If the income level is just a moderate Applebee's level, and he asks you out, and you say yes, and you mention this restaurant that he can take you to, and there's no going back, no compromise. You choose the restaurant, and he'd be like, well, you know what? I don't really like that restaurant, and you say, well, I got another 2 restaurants that I like. You can take me there. Well, I don't want to eat there. Well, you don't want to date me. That's it. Because now you can see the red flags. If you follow this one simple rule and not date unless you're in control, you're going to be okay. It's not to be totally in control. It's just for your safety. You know, your first date should be the place you pick. And I think your first 5 dates should be a place you pick. Because it's going to eliminate a whole lot of headaches from men that you don't like, men without income, men that are penny pinching, and controlling men. Controlling men don't like to be told what to do. And if he asks you out on the first date, he's going to try to control it. So he's pursuing you. Don't forget that. He's pursuing you. So once he's pursuing you, he asks you out, you say, take me to my favorite spot that I feel comfortable. Now, if he does a controlling man that doesn't like that, you will see it right away. No sense of wasting your time on any man that don't let you pick the restaurant on your first or your 5th date. Keep this rule and you will solve a whole lot of headaches. From the homeless man, the men with no income, the controlling man, the narcissist man, the scary man, all kinds of stuff. You will see if you choose the restaurant or the place you meet around the environment and the people you know. Therefore, you can really focus on if this is a guy to have a number 2 date. Okay, for number 2, just as important as number 1, the tone. Okay, when I say the tone is that if you have a guy that is pursuing you and he asks you out and you be like, yeah, cool. Yes, I got this spot that I like. You can take me there. And he'd be like, yeah, and we could talk more about each other. But you let him know, I'm just trying to enjoy tonight. Can we go with that? Just enjoying tonight environment. What I mean that is, I don't want to hear any horror stories. I just want to go out on a date. If you say I got a lovely date with some great music and it's overlooking the water and everything, that's what I want to see when I go on a date. I don't want to sit on that date listening to your horror stories. So I say, ladies, set the tone. Before you go on a date, you tell them, we're going to a place I chose. And can we spare the horror stories for when we get to know each other more? Tell them you really don't want to hear it. I know this is a part of, well, I gotta get to know him. No, because the problems and the horror stories that he's gonna tell you on that first date is still gonna be his horror stories and his problem when you dump him after that first date. So why even waste a beautiful night listening to music, overlooking the lake, having a great meal, listening to him dump all his horror stories on you? And that's the saying, don't dump your horror stories on you. Now, the tone is that you can talk about anything other than your personal lives. Are you about your personal trauma life, your dating life? Are you artistic? Do you read books? Do you watch movies? Do you love the sound of this music playing? You know what I mean? I love this food we're eating. I could think of a million things to talk about other than your drama. Other than your drama. I'll come up with all kinds of things, topics of the day. We have a world of drama out here. I do not want to hear about your drama. I do not. That is a straight turn off. And you tell him, say, even if he's starting to talk like this, we'll save that for another day. I really don't want to hear it. And they'll be like, well, I want you to get to know me. Get to know me. So I'll get to know you in due time. I don't want to hear that right now. And you know how that's going to eliminate a lot of your headaches if you use that number 2 rule? Just number 2. It'll eliminate, because controlling men want to control the conversation. And since you're just, I don't want to talk about that. He liable to get up and walk away. You're going to kick a whole lot of dudes to the side with this one. The men that just want you for your body, they want to control the conversation. Say we could talk about a whole lot of stuff, but it ain't gonna be about my body. No, we're not. You know, see, when you're having a conversation, ladies, you can talk about almost anything that has nothing to do with personal drama. Personal drama. I mean, the sky is blue. It's been raining for weeks. It's foggy. The sun's gonna come out soon. I don't care what you talk about, but eliminate talking about his personal drama or your personal drama. All you need to know is that he's single, I'm single, and we're adults at this moment. Okay? And we're gonna enjoy this food. Leave the drama conversation of getting to know each other out, because it's gonna automatically take the whole night. It's gonna take the whole night. I listened to a girl's story talk about a guy who didn't tell her how many children he had. So they started off the date good, but by the end of the date, by the time he got to 4 children, she was upset. I said, why even talk about his children? Couldn't you have enjoyed your meal, enjoyed your night, enjoyed good company, a good conversation? Regardless of how many children he has, he's gonna go back to them children anyway. I ain't trying to marry you tomorrow, no way. So why, ladies, are you allowing these deep conversations at the first date ruin your good meal? Your good lighting, you can have some real good pictures, you're looking good, you're smelling good, he's smelling good, and the night is ruined because y'all want to have a dumpy match of horror stories about our past. We all got them, but I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, and that's my number 2 of rules. I don't never want to hear no man's drama. I don't care if it's on the 5th date. That 5th date is still your drama. Don't bring that drama to me. I don't want to hear nothing about it. All I want to hear is good news when you call me to ask me out for my 2nd date, 3rd date, or 4th. Say something positive in my ear when I answer the phone. Say something good in my ear when I answer the phone. Say something wonderful. If I hear anything that is not that, don't call me. I am not to be your dumping date. You get it, ladies? Don't be his dumping date, okay? You went from the highlight of his day to now you're just there to get all his emotional baggage. Not happening if you stick to number 2. You just whoop, whoop, whoop. No, not today. I'm not ready to hear all that. I don't even want to hear all that, okay? I don't want, you know what I mean? Because if we hear it, we're going to start judging him by what he just said, and it could be true or lying. But the fact still matter, you're still sitting there with the man, you're still eating good food. You still have a good environment around you, good music playing, And unless he's picking his nose, why keep bringing up horror stories? Let's talk about anything. Can he hold a conversation about anything else? Now, if he can't, you're going to eliminate a lot of headache. If he can't talk about nothing else other than himself, you're going to eliminate a headache right then and there. Because you're telling him at this moment, I'm not talking about me and I'm not talking about you. And some people cannot handle that. So that goes to number 2. You're going to eliminate a lot of headaches. A lot of headaches. Number 3. Let's say y'all been going along. You've been following my rules. He's a legit guy. Y'all just been loving on each other. Y'all cool. Y'all really cool. Because you've been playing by your rules. And he's been sticking by it. Because you're staying in control. Alright? Check it. This is rule number 3. You ladies break it all the time. But when I got back out into the real dating world, I promised I would not commit to a man unless he asked me to be his girlfriend. Ask me. I'm old school. Ask me, even if you have to write it on a piece of paper. Will you be my girlfriend? Mark yes and no. I want to be asked because it becomes a real serious responsibility. Don't let him throw that responsibility on you. Run up your grocery bill with him laying around and y'all playing house. Running up your electric bill, watching your cable, or the vice versa, and you ain't got no promise ring. Y'all ain't being committed. Y'all ain't had no beautiful ceremony under the moon and star where he says, would you be mine? And I just will, what you want to eat in the morning kind of moments. You have to have those kind of moments for a bitch like me to want to get up and cook. Okay, other than we're just having a good time and all that, I'm not running up my grocery bill every month just to feed you because we've been kicking it. Because that end up happening, you're running up your grocery bill to feed this man. You're running up your Uber bill to run over there for him, and you're not even his girlfriend, you're just dating him. Ladies, stay in control. If you do not have a promise ring and he has not asked you, you is not his girlfriend. Another thing, if you do not have a promise ring and he have not asked you and you accept it, you have to accept that responsibility. Because sometimes you waiting on him to ask. Y'all been dating and things is going good, but you don't really like him like that. You don't really like him like that, but he cool, but you don't really like him like that. One day he comes in and he's gonna ask you to be his girlfriend. And you have to decide to say yes or no. That's a beautiful thing because he's at least giving you the opportunity to say no. I like it the way it is. Okay, now if you don't like it the way it is, maybe we should move on. Okay, but at least he gave you that option. Nowadays you're dating, you go from dating to living lovers. Now you are a living wife. Now you a living lover, you didn't get the promise ring or the wedding ring. But you living like you got both. Then here comes the baby. Okay, have some loyalty to yourself. Loyalty to yourself, ladies, while you're out here dating. Do not accept any responsibility from your dating friends unless you have accepted to be their girlfriend. If you haven't accepted to be their girlfriend, you are not their girlfriend. Okay? That is just the rule. What would they say every time you catch them cheating? I never asked you. Never asked you to be my girlfriend. You'll go back to kindergarten. I never asked you. Serious men think like that. So let him ask you in front of the stars, the moon, or even family to be his lady. He honors you. Therefore, he will move that way. And you will move that way accordingly at the right time to be girlfriend and boyfriend. But just don't assume that shit. And especially nowadays, how dangerous it is out here. It's so dangerous to date. You liable to let him, if you break number 1 rule and let him choose the spot, you break number 2 and let him do the dumping and you're controlled by number 3, he done totally consumed your life. Totally consumed everything about you. And you don't know how to get out. And then we all know that to say I'm leaving or I'm gone could be deadly to some women. So let's back it up and not even get to the part where you have to call the police. All right? If you stay in control of where you go, not who you with, because you don't never know who you with, but where you go. Okay? On your first, second, and fifth date. You stay in control. You don't let him dump all his drama on you. You don't even want to know it. You're just checking his vibe out. Okay? Because you're going to sense a lot of stuff by him not saying a thing. If he can't even sit there and eat his food without having a panic attack to attack you, you gonna know something. You've just missed that ball right there. You gonna probably get up, grab your purse, and run. Yeah, he ain't past number 2. Number 3, y'all done did the wild thing, so y'all think y'all go together. No, you don't. He ain't asked you, and you ain't accepted. That's the thing. Y'all got it all confused. He needs to ask you. If he does that, you're gonna eliminate a whole lot of headache by all this cheating, all this misunderstanding, all this insecurity. Because when two grown people, whichever age they are committed to each other, they move accordingly. But two people that are not, that's playing games, both of y'all playing pretenders, you're wasting a bunch of time and a lot of money, and some people lose their life. And you know, this is not a cool game to be playing while you're dating out here on the apps, Tinder, all this other drama I hear out there. I've been married so long, I don't even know what's out there, but I'll tell you, what I be watching these horror stories on YouTube from TikTok, they're crazy. And this brings me to this 5 rules. Okay, you need to be asked to be his woman. Honor yourself for that. Honor yourself that I need a ring. I don't have my diamond ring on because I'd be out here gardening. Say, I need my ring. And if I don't have a promise for you, it's not my boyfriend. Because it gives you ladies an out. What if you dating him, we good for 4 weeks, but by the time that 5th week come, you really don't like him like that. It was something he said, something he did, or something you smelled. Me, I'll get turned off with a smell. Oh, you know what? This ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. At least by the 5th week, I have an out. I have not accepted to be your steady girlfriend. We are totally free to date other people. Okay? And then you can be able to back off of him some, keep him as a friend, or cut him off completely. But you have that option. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. That is the rules. You really want to know, don't give it away. Y'all give it away too easy. Y'all give y'all freedom away to some stranger so easy, and then y'all regret is so hurtful. All these horror stories are all regrets. All these TikTok horror stories are all regrets of what they should not have done. Yeah, that's what it is. It's regrets. All right. Number 4. Ladies, be honest. Be genuine. Don't be a phony. Okay? When you meet a guy, we tend to be like, oh, yes, no, oh, yeah. When you know you don't talk like that. All right? You gotta just be yourself. Men love an honest woman. They don't like it, but they respect it. Okay? Whether they want to move forward with it, hey, it's totally up to them. But they respect it more. They honor you more when you're just an honest woman who speaks honesty about who she is. They can feel it, that you're not phony. Then they don't have to be phony. 2 phony people having lunch or dinner, is you can tell it's phony. But if you just be real and you're willing to laugh and be real, the men know it, you know it, you're both more comfortable. Plus, you want to be honest and just genuine, so when you casually, comfortably tell him that I'm not your girlfriend, dude, don't be calling me like that, he won't get his feelings hurt too bad. Okay? So you want to have a way you can just be cool with him, so you be like, yeah, we cool, but I don't want no commitment right now. Oh no, I'm not coming over tonight, or you're not coming over here tonight. You want to be honest. You got to speak your mind. And another thing, ladies, I must say, while y'all on these dates, I keep hearing that y'all thought about something, your God in your gut told you something, but you didn't do it. I'm honestly telling you guys, when you feel something in your gut, take a moment and listen. You don't have to react, but listen to it and stay silent and look around. And then you ask your gut, well, what should I do? And just look around. Okay? Don't consult him, ask your gut. If your gut say, I think you should just get up and leave for the door right now. That's what you should do. That's what you should do. There's ways of doing it. It's cute ways of doing it. You ain't got to do it all hard and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Me, I'll be like, oh my God. Well, let me stretch for a minute. Well, I'm going to have to holler at you a little later. I'll do some shit like that. Yes, ladies. Listen to your gut, because your gut is your God. I will rock with it. Ask it questions and listen for the answer. But you gotta be honest. They can feel when you're doing that, well, you know, that girly thing to impress them. You know, you want to tell men, let me tell you something, ladies. Men love compliments too. So if he gives you a compliment him back if you find him attractive too. If you find that he smells great too, you know what I mean? And he talks, the way he talks sounds good and his voice sounds good. Compliment him when the compliment is there, you know? So don't just keep receiving compliments, compliment them back. Therefore, now y'all on that cool note. Number five, enjoy your environment. Talk to other people while you're dating. Control your environment, the tone in your environment while you're on a date. Controlling, crazy people hate women who are social people. They really don't want it because whatever their interior motive is, they don't want no one else around. They want to execute that date the way they want to execute it, and they don't want you to have no outside interference. But let's say you go to the date and you walk into this beautiful restaurant. See, I'm the type that will speak to everybody. The waitress, the hostess. When people walk by that's beautifully dressed, I will compliment the lady, you know, the couple, the family. And I might just have a little chit-chat, not chatty, you know, just a little chit-chat of the day. Smile at the people, let them know you're there. You know, because I'm in my safe environment anyway. So I'm going to smile, let them know I'm there. Then I'll turn to him and I'll be like, so, how you like this beautiful restaurant? This is one of my favorites, and whatever. And with that, you can tell if he is really irritated by you talking to other people. If that's the kind of man he is, he will come unglued that you spoke, you smiled, you even walked over and said hello to somebody that you see. Some controlling, freakish ass men cannot handle that. When you do that move right there, and they have changed your whole demeaning about them, you know, at the table, you know you've just missed a whole big headache with this motherfucker there, you know what I mean? You know he was going to be a headache if you continue dating him because he doesn't want you talking to nobody. Socializing, saying hi, freely getting up and saying, I'll be right back, I'm going to speak to someone. You know, he might become unglued, let alone the phone. You know how guys, you just meet, as soon as you get a call, you're not going to be rude, but you pick it up, you're like, oh, you'd be like, well, who was that? Who's this? We all know we hate that, you know, but do one of those too, you know, oh, I'll get back to her later, or whatever, and pick up and set it down. If he's trying to control who's on your phone or where you can go, who you can speak to, you might want to cut that date short, you know what I mean? But stay in your environment, stay in your comfortable space. Speak, talk, enjoy, tell them how good it smells in here. Say a whole lot of stuff that he's not used to hearing, and you will find out if he's on let's say a mental stable level, because mentally stable people can accept the environment around. They can accept the socializing. They enjoy it. They like to breathe in the good food and enjoy the meal and enjoy the silence. Let me tell you what silence is. Silence is the key sometimes, and especially if you're out eating and drinking. Let's have a moment of silence. That would tell you a lot about a person. Okay, after you've enjoyed yourself and you're speaking to him about the beautifulness of being alive and today and how beautiful today was, and you're enjoying your blessing, he is not supposed to shoot it down. If he shoot it down, you know he ain't for you. That's because he feels threatened. That he's not going to be able to consume you, control you, and devour you and eat you up and spit you out. You're too in control. You're too in control. You're too free. You're just too free. Men who really appreciate a woman like you is very proud. That you can walk in and have class about yourself. Greet people with class, say hello, speak. Not a stank face, not an ugly face, but you speak, you talk. You're not making him the center of attention. Some men don't want to be the center of your attention. That's a turn off for them. They were like, can you stop being all over me for a minute? It's really a turn off for them. They like a hunt. They really like a hunt. So as you're sitting there and you're eating your dinner, let's just have a moment of silence, shall we? So we can just tap our glasses, savor the food in the moment, and smell it, eat it. For sure, bless it. Savor it, eat it. Have a moment to sit down and see his mannerism. Because, truthfully, this is how he's going to act if you continue to date him. Can he be silent for a moment? Can he be silent for a moment? Does he have manners? Does he smack when he eats? Can he stop talking about himself for a moment? Can he stop putting me down for a moment? Can he stop talking about other people and hateful things for a moment? Try the silent. It might be hard to get him to be silent, but you need to try. You need to try the silent moment, because really, you're not going to do the dumping. You're not going to let him dump. So the silent moment is when you both can enjoy the environment together and enjoy your food. And if he can make it through that date, and after you get through that wiping your face, oh, that was delicious. And we just had the most beautiful music playing in the background, beautiful environment. It just smells so good, and we're just smiling at each other as we're eating, and whatever comes out of our mouth, got to say something really nice for the evening. Nice and appropriate for the evening. No trauma bonding. None of that. None of that. We eliminate that out, I think, in number 2. This is number 5. We talk about proud. How proud men are when women have class. You know what I mean? Stories. Because there's a lot of regrets out there. And I don't want to hear no more regrets. I want to hear how people use my 5 strategies to make their dating life more pleasant. How can I say not enjoyable, pleasant? You know what I mean? It's pleasant. But right now it's horror. It's got to be pleasant. Meaning that you are dating, but you're not having such horror after horror after horror stories. Because if you stick to the rules, 1, if they don't pass step 1, they won't get to step 2, and they won't get to step 3, and 4 is not going to happen. So you don't have no more drama, okay? Because you set step